Hey everybody, Scotty G here with Listen Up. Today I am with Isaac Markowitz from REL. Welcome aboard, Isaac.
Great to be here. Always a pleasure, man. You know, it's funny. We were just talking, I was talking to Mackenzie before we got started. You realize we've known each other since I was 15.
Yeah.
Right? Which is going on 25 years. That's, you know, no time at all, right? Which is a little bit like our relationship between REL and Listen Up, right? We have a long history together as brands. We have had the opportunity to work with you many times over the years, and right now we are excited to bring to you something that not every dealer has had a chance to see yet, and that is the new Planar. We have a new product for you, as you can see. We are calling these Planar 1 and Planar 2, so PL1 for the small one, PL2 for the bigger one here, and they are extraordinary. You know, I'm pretty sure that you've had a similar experience when you demonstrate our products for your customers, and people don't say, wow, that sucks.
No.
They don't say, oh, I don't hear a difference. They go, wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I don't have enough space.
Yeah,
right? Hey, this is going in a theater and I can't put big boxes on the floor, right? Hey, this is going into, you know, our living room, and my partner and I, you know, have limitations in how much floor space we can use. I really wish I had a way to get this REL experience, and that's what Planar is for. So many years ago, we had a predecessor to it called Habitat that you might be familiar with.
Love the Hab. Sold tons of.
They're a great product, right?
Killer.
You know, it was an on-wall product. This is a versatile placement product. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. But back then, you know, more than 10 years ago, right, it launched about $2,500, $2,500, finished there. And these products start at $2,500 all these years later. Isn't that amazing? $2,500 for the PL1, $3,300 for the PL2. Optional cart for floor placement we'll talk about. Comes in the box with one of our AirShip Directs, right? This is an amazing product.
And that's how much by itself?
Several $100s, $500-600 on its own. One of the world's only, probably the first in hi-fi zero latency, you know, analog transfer, right? So when you do this for movies, it is instantaneous, it's seamless. It's part of what allows us to keep this super low profile. But you know, real RELs do four things, right, that we're really famous for, right? We got to be able to play loud.
Yep.
Right, you know, super important. This is America, right? The land of big trucks, right? Big blocks, right? Big sound, right?
That's it.
And a big theater, right? And we want people to have that experience. We want them to be able to be really fast. You know, we're well known for being the world's leading music subwoofer. And sometimes people ask, well, what does that mean? What does music mean? And I like to joke, well, it just means it's fast.
Yeah, right.
Right? So if we're fast, right, then we can keep up with lots of different speakers. So whether you have Bowers & Wilkins in-walls, or you have Sonus Faber floor standers, you have some amazing CAF bookshelf speakers, right? You're in a small apartment, you're in a condo, right? You can still get all of the benefit of us with these incredibly fast analog filters that make us super fast. You got to play low. Now, one of my fun facts is that the smaller one, again, this is the larger of the two. The smaller one will fully reproduce the 16-foot stop on a pipe organ. Wow. So if you think about toccata and fugue in D minor, maybe the most famous organ piece, our smallest PL unit, the PL1, will reproduce that with verb and vigor befitting some of the larger subwoofers that even we manufactured 10 years ago. This is really astonishing. And then the last thing, of course, is that we talked about beautiful, we talked about fast, we talked about big, we talked about going low. And the fourth quality is it's got to be beautiful. All right, and so these are pre-production units, so they're very, very small changes, none to performance, but some visually. Here we have it without either of the grills. It comes with a white grill in white, a black grill, cloth grill in black, of course. And we're doing this in part because we want these to disappear.
Yeah, right.
So I want you to imagine a room, right, with white walls. Well, this with a white cloth grill is going to disappear.
Yeah.
You won't see it. We also, right by your feet, if you want to show the audience, we also have an optional wood grill. So this is a version from our Carbon Special. We will have the full-size grills here shortly, ready when these products come out, that are just stunning, right? You think about, hey, I have a large home, right? And I have a distributed audio system. Well, one of the things that sucks about distributed audio is bass. It's just, you have these small aperture speakers, which match the lights up high.
Yeah.
Well, imagine this high up on your wall with that wood grill.
That'd be pretty.
And all of a sudden you have functional mid-century modern acoustic art for less than the cost of what you would pay for wood art that you would put on your wall that doesn't do anything.
That's crazy.
It's pretty amazing, right?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
So the hits just keep on coming, right? This product that it comes in the box with, the AirShip Direct, allows you to take the information from your amplifier, home theater processor, your AVR, wherever it is, and shoot it wirelessly to this unit. In fact, we have all of these prepared out of the box.
Wow, that's cool.
So it makes it really simple for your customers to take this home. You can order it online. Better yet, you can have Scotty deliver it for you, right? Maybe even a pair of them, wink, wink, right? And it works out of the box, right? Ready to go. So this accepts our standard high-level connection, something that we're really famous for. So again, all the goodness you expect of high-level and REL's analog inputs. We do have a balanced connection for LFE as well as for RCA inputs. So wherever you have your components, you're good to go. This is ready to rock and roll. All you need is to attach it to power.
That's great. Distance between these two?
Distance between these two with direct line of sight is very, very long. I've seen it, well over 50, 60 feet before. Wow. In real practical applications, I've seen it 20, 30 feet. I mean, so it's really quite impressive. And linear feet, right, is longer than most people realize. Very few of us have rooms, right, that are 30 feet long. And if you do, then the longer range comes into effect anyway because you're going to have a straight line of sight. So we have sent this out to a handful of partners, I should say really a dozen or so partners ahead of time, and nobody has found an application where the pairing didn't work yet.
That's great.
Right, which is awesome. So you might be wondering what this guy is, right? This little bit of mid-century modern art. This is based actually on a famous design, a T-cart that is in MoMA that ushered in sort of what we think about as the contemporary era of design when it comes to objects in our home. In this case, it was a T-cart that featured these really big, beautiful wheels and sort of an aerodynamic front. And this was at the dawn of the aviation age because, of course, let's talk a little bit about art history and stuff here at ListenUp. So we are offering this at a very low price. This is only $299, whether you have the large one or the small one. And it gives us the chance to put this anywhere in your home, regardless of your ability to wall mount, which is why you haven't heard me refer to this as a wall-mounted sub, even though it can be wall-mounted. So if you think about a contemporary home built with 2x4s and drywall, this product in your theater or again in a distributed audio system is going to be mind-boggling. There are significant benefits to coupling the passive. We'll have to turn this around at some point so that the audience can see. The passive on the back of this is a 10-inch, and the 10-inch couples to the wall when it is wall-mounted, turning the entire wall into a radiating surface. Wow. So the spatial qualities that these reproduce are absolutely astonishing. Again, these are real RELs. This is not a lifestyle product. This is how do you get that experience everywhere in your home. It's for your customers that you already have, that you sold to, who couldn't put this in more areas, and for your customers who couldn't put REL into their environment at all before.
And you can do them in stereo pairs.
Of course you can, 100%.
Six pack?
You know, it's funny you say that, right? Because we're famous for six packs, and we may or may not, wink, wink, have a product in development that would allow us to put 6 of these on a wall
that'd be so
together.
Awesome. That you could do.
100%, we could.
Oh my God.
We can do that, and there are still the benefits that you would expect from a 6-pack on the floor. Except again, now you're coupling it all to the wall, and so for reference theaters, this is mind-boggling. In fact, I use a version of this product from pre-production in my home as I'm evaluating it. It sits in my rears, and it basically has turned my entire rear wall into an active subwoofer, and it's not even wall mounted, that's just on the cart. And if I may, I'd love to show you what this looks like on the cart.
Let's do it.
So we were talking about not just wall mounting options, right, for distributed audio, for home theater, and by the way, this is the smaller of the two. This is the PL1. I hope you guys from over there can see just how thin this is.
It's crazy.
Now we're talking about, can we pick up like a contemporary
Sure.
bookshelf speaker? You see like the width of it, like there is no place where these planar products aren't going to fit. Now we love our partners at CAF, we love our partners at Sonus Faber, all of these brands make really, really amazing loudspeakers. And at REL, we're not about fixing the speaker, we're about fixing the room. Mm-hmm. You pick the loudspeaker that sings with the voice that you love, and then we solve the problems of the room. And before, hey, we didn't have enough space. Well, now you can put this next to a piece of furniture that your TV sits on, right? If you think about the condos that we have in Denver.
My old house.
Your old house.
It fit perfect.
Right? In these limited spaces. I used to live off of South Broadway here in Denver a long time ago, a smaller house. Same thing. I always wanted RELs. There was physically no space for me to put it. I could have put 2 of these in that room.
6-pack.
6-pack. So the smaller of these two, this is the PL1. Again, this is $2,500. A pair of active 6.5-inch drivers. The same passive, actually, the 10-inch on the back. So you still get this amazing room-filling, enormously spacious sound, whether you wall mount it or not. But let me tell you, as we had the chance to, at REL, listen to these products in different configurations, what stood out to me and the rest of the sales team was that this might be the perfect center channel subwoofer.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right, so REL 3D, something that we pioneered, is making sure, right, like the artist intended, you get full range out of every channel.
Yep.
So not just 5 satellites and 1 big subwoofer, that's not the vision. The vision is 5 full range channels plus 1 honking bad subwoofer to go on top of it, right? Pair of 6.5-inch active woofers, right? 10-inch passive deployed under a center channel. Yeah. You've never heard dialogue like this. Yeah. It's so fast, it's so clean, it's so room filling. But as I said before, I want to reiterate that this product is fully flat down to 31 cycles. Now, Scott, you and I have been doing this a long time. Yeah. You and I know how low that is. Yeah. But let's talk about it, right? That is the lowest conventional note on a pipe organ. Only a handful of pipe organs have stops that are longer than 16 feet. Only a handful throughout the world, right? Yeah. If you think about the low E on a bass guitar, bro.
Oh, sure.
Right, 32 cycles, this gets below that. And that's full output. We have very shallow, very gentle slopes. So that means in real world terms, this guy that is this thin can play into the 20s useful output. So this is in your kitchen, right? If you're anything like me, you love listening to music while you're cooking. Yeah. I have a big open modern floor plan, a lot of us do. I cannot fit, you've been to my house, I can fit 1 subwoofer, right? I can fit 1 subwoofer in that room upstairs in the corner. Yeah. But I could fit 2 of these.
Oh, easy.
Easily. Yeah. All of a sudden, right, if I had a distributed audio system in my house, I could put 1 of these above the stairway. Really, I should do a 2, because of the larger space-filling quality of it. Yep. Fixes my entire distributed audio. It's way more fun to cook and hang out with friends, have a beer, right, all that fun stuff, maybe a whiskey or a glass of wine. when you're listening to great music.
It's a really cool product, man. And it is super thin. I mean, I got it's smaller than my
Your little flashlight.
flashlight.
Right. You know, we have all these different ways to use it too. I don't know if the audience can see, but there is a little handle on the back of this. And what this handle does, and I'll unscrew it here just to make it a little bit easier to see. This handle comes with, it kind of looks like a microphone, but it comes with the cart. And this tells us if you can't wall mount, where's the next optimal distance away from the wall?
Oh, sure.
And it's funny because our brilliant marketing liaison here, Mackenzie, right, was picking that out herself as she was looking at this, which is a testament to both how knowledgeable she is about hi-fi these days, but also how intuitive John's designs are.
Right.
You know, when John designs a new product, he's not trying to make it hard. He's not just doing it for the Isaacs and the Scotts. He's doing it for the Tims and the Jessicas, the Mackenzies, the Bobs, the people of the world who don't care enough to want to learn what we've learned over 60 plus years combined experience. But what they want is amazing sound, really easy to set up, something that can go on the wall if it makes sense, but fits in every room of the house, behind couches, next to pieces of furniture, behind speakers, again, in condos and apartments where normally you didn't have that kind of room before. And with thoughtful tools like this integrated into the design, it makes it really, really easy for the average person to come in and go, you know what, I know exactly how to get the best possible sound out of this product.
It's cool.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. It's always fun hanging out with you, man. So looking forward to you getting these in front of your customers. You know, I'll come out, we'll do some demos at some point, right? You can share that with your audience as well. It's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be a lot, yeah. So, Isaac, man, thank you very much. Appreciate you taking the time to show us this stuff. Everybody out there, you know, we'll have it on our website. We'll have it in the stores. Please come in, take an audition, send us any questions you have through chat. And thank you very much for attending. Peace.